Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bourbon Battles. I'm Joe.
I'm Chad.
Hey, today we've got a great blind battle for you coming. Stick with us. We got a good one for you today, guys. All four expressions of Booker's from last year. So this is what they look like. You got a couple? So what we've done is we've poured these up blind, and we're going to go through them. We grab two randomly, and we'll pick a winner, and we'll go through the other two randomly, pick a winner there. You ready to start?
Yep.
You got number 4. You guys already know what we're drinking, but we don't have any idea. I'll put 2 here. Save enough for the next one. That's 2. And if in the case of a tie, we'll do it like we did back at the Bottle of the Bond tournament. You remember how we did that?
I do not.
Like if one of us says better but close,
Mm-hmm.
then
What if we both say the same thing?
then I guess we just put it back in there and try it again. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
That smells like an old damn dirty sock.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Number 2. They smell very similar. Very similar nose.
They probably came from the same place in the Rick House, be my guess.
I get peanuts in number 2.
Can't imagine. You know why that is?
Why?
You said why you get peanuts and all the Heaven Hill projects and all the.
Well, you get them in Heaven Hill because they've got Jim Beam's. What do you call it? The stuff that the living thing you throw in there. Why can't I say it?
Because you're getting Alzheimer's. Yeast.
They're both good. I'm a big Booker's fan. You're a big Booker's fan, right?
Most time, yeah.
You ready to pick on this one?
I haven't even tasted this one yet.
Oh. You're still going.
Oh, yeah, I haven't even tasted it.
You need a thing for water?
Not necessarily. You know, some Bookers, I taste and sometimes I'm just like, this is terrible. But that one was pretty good. But I've tasted all of them from last year too, so I know which one I like and which one I don't. And I think I know what that is, but I don't know.
Do you think it's the one you like?
Mm-hmm.
Of all 4 of them?
Mm-hmm. But we'll see. Let me taste this one. I'll let you know for sure. Yep, I definitely think it's the one I like.
Can I say what it is before we even have any idea?
I think it's Ronnie's batch, but I don't know that.
I've had that one. There's one in here I haven't had. Pinkies, maybe. So, hey, while we're getting into these, you ready to pick on this one?
I
On
am.
3? 1, 2, 3. So, well, I assume that's your
Yeah. It's,
number 2.
It's labeled number 2, but that's not poured in number 1.
Yeah, so we can get rid of this one. Number 4 is out. So let's see what number 4 was. Eliminated from the competition is number 4.
I believe this is Lumberyard, I think.
Lumberyard, which I believe I have that.
Yeah.
Can you read that?
Yeah. 62.4% alcohol, 7 year, 1 month, and 7 days. It was the second expression in 2022. Batch is named in honor of his dad, Fred's dad, Booker No, pre-distillery years. It says his journey to becoming a distiller wasn't exactly a straight path. It led him to his true passion. There's a whole story about it. I'm not going to read the whole story, but
You could get that on the Googles. So we'll leave that right there. Number 2.
this is kind of interesting. 2% came from the 4th floor of a 7-story warehouse. 3% came so 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a blend of 7 different barrels from all over different warehouses.
That's pretty cool.
Different floors.
Have you ever gone to look at how those compare
How what compare?
from other batches? How they draw their barrels?
No.
There's number 1, and I've got number 3. 1, 3, 1, 3. We're pouring these up. Make sure you go to all of our social media: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikToks, all that good stuff, and Patreon. Check out Patreon. We're doing some really cool things over there. And I just figured out how to work something on Patreon. If you don't like it after a week or two, we can give you your money back in the first month. If you think it's silly, so you can try it for free for 2 weeks. So far, nobody's even dropped out after months.
What about Slammer?
It was just technical difficulties, from what I understand. I feel like number one's got the best nose of all
That's
four
got a
of
lot
them.
of ethanol on it. I feel like this is number 3.
That's number 3, yeah.
It's got that slap you in the face kind of ethanol.
You know what they call that?
I don't.
I don't either. Tell everybody why we're drinking these blind. We don't know what's what. Who's who in the canoe?
I don't. I would. It would be hard to say because I think the reason why wouldn't matter to all of these because these are all pretty much, in my opinion, good whiskey. So
yeah, I agree. These are all extremely similar.
They are, and Booker's comes out with 4 different expressions every year. They have been for a decade or better than a decade. But they're all that early 6 to early 7-year-old
high proof,
barrel strength.
Would you say that it's Jim Beam's premium release every year? I mean, you have Little Book and some other things, but
yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. What do you think? You ready to pick on these? You all right, bud?
Yeah, I'm ready.
On 3?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. We both picked that, so we can eliminate these. Now, don't get your glasses mixed up quite just
That's
yet.
ass. That last
You
one.
didn't like it. It was the worst one so far. So this is 1, 2, 1.
So then
2.
I need 3 and to tell what that one was.
Correct. So we have eliminated 3.
There you go.
Which one is it?
Kentucky Tea.
I think you have that.
There you go, buddy.
You gonna read?
Yeah.
Kentucky Tea.
This was created in honor of Fred No's dad, who loved to flavor his bourbon with water, or his water with bourbon, however you want to say it. He called it Kentucky Tea. So my thought would be maybe it's good with water. I don't know, but either way, obviously we're not waiting to chance it. So
we're moving on to the championship round.
That's enough, bud. You're pouring an awful lot.
That's a lot?
Yeah.
Don't drink it all.
I'm not going to.
Hey, before we get into those, you want to hold one of these up?
I can. You want me to hold this one?
Hold that one. Hey, if you guys are so inclined, you want some cool decorations, you go to our website at www.bourbonbattlesblind.com, and there's a link for 10% off of these from the Hoosier Wood Guy. Check that out. Pretty cool stuff.
And he's got all kinds of different designs, all on barrel heads.
Distilleries, you want your name on there, your little bourbon bar, whatever your little heart desires, he can make it happen. If you want one of these, he can make it happen. That's what I would get. I'd get Bourbon Battles one.
Well, yeah.
10% off just for knowing us. Do you have a prediction before you taste them? We've already been into these.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're going to be the same.
I don't either. I have a prediction.
I'm ready to pick. You want some of that?
Not yet.
I'll leave it loaded.
Thanks. Like loaded cannon.
Water doesn't really change number one too much for me. I think it probably make number two. And no difference for me.
I'm ready.
On 3?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. So we're just going to leave it a tie. What do you say?
That's fine.
So you picked number 2.
Uh-huh.
I picked number 1. And you think that was going to be what before you opened?
Ronnie's batch.
Ronnie's batch?
I think. And it's not.
I picked Ronnie's batch.
This is Pinky's batch.
That's the one I haven't had till just now. You want to read on that?
Yeah. Pinky's batch. It's the 4th release of the year. Frederick Booker No, better known as Pinky to his family and friends, was Fred No's granddad. And it says to this day he's not actually sure where Pinky's got his nickname from. But one thing they do know is he was someone who always followed his passions, just like what I do with whiskey making.
There you go. And I picked the Ronnie's batch, which was the first release of 2022. 6 years and 11 months and 22 days old. 124.3 proof. And it goes on to tell you the story about Ronnie, who was a lifelong employee at Jim Beam. They named that after. So
he knew where everything in the rig houses were. He told Booker knew where every single
he was like
good barrel in the rig house was.
Yeah, he was good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we drink them blind, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, for what that's worth, keep your eye out for those two if you're inclined to look for some Bookers. We know that at least in Indiana, it's hard to find.
Yeah, and in almost every place it is. Kentucky, you can find it everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
I've gotten some in Kentucky. Like Chad said, there's a couple that I don't like at all.
Some of them, I like them hot. I know that sounds really weird, but I mean, I like
spicy hot.
No, like leaving your car during July and taking them out of your car.
You said that several times. We drank some in here one day that had been out in the car all summer.
It was good
On a summer day, and you loved it.
It was
It was
good.
probably 110 degrees.
That's how they taste it in the Rick House. That's the way you ought to drink it.
Yeah. So, hey, drinking bourbon's supposed to be fun to do with your friends, and we love doing them blind for that very reason. That was fun.
Yeah.
We both love Bookers, and it was interesting to see what we picked there. So don't forget to check us out on all our social media, all that stuff. Go to www.bourbonbattlesblind. You'll find a link to everything we do, including these barrel heads and T-shirts pretty soon.
Pretty soon.
Hopefully in the next month, we'll say.
We've got to do February.
We're gonna do that today.
Okay.
So, hey, drinking bourbon's supposed to be fun. Do it with your friends, but do it responsibly, and don't drink and drive.
Nope.
If you drink, don't drive. Do the watermelon crawl.